enuane de common school for nkoda so muni wo free SHS mo a nam so ma sabre ono so abemu mpanifo enso ensa akano Ghana maye kaye de no apagya kosoro na eba na sa na sen nam so ma sisi e ka no e kosoro sa ifiri ho a ye beko bura brine champion ye beto odwa se snit adwumaku no wo mo ton hotels bi dia ma no onya kwosam kugye tabla kwa e de abeto edwa se adanse e wasemi ho no wura brine champion ni anu ye biara ye wo se to so a enso no so wura Sam George ye NDC rasewani e mo manfo ye wo Ningo Pram on also the Atuja Sapamoa Ghana Revenue Authority for any SML fire so many to mo main na sika kudi SM for enchen ho hia so mampeni na ekufuado okeka no ho na oye bibi so fa ho we efisem ekwa ma hodo so nsemu a osufra majampam to bi etwi afa America bemu ama mantame enan so nipa babru dunum na wahoro nkwa ewo mu borokira fa so ya mampeni abamane so betra omana kunya so se mampeni emfie num ansa no man beto aba omwato we eni sempi na beta no pay kasem afei gibre na yenti kasebo no enchiremu Electoral Commission adwumaku na hwe abato so omaimu omode na otweme ensa esi wo se Ghana fo ya ofin wanya mfie du nwotwe obia nkotwe ne din titiro nkwada no na afo bi nso abibi nti kanen bra na etwo din no wantimi antwo se wo so benya kwan na watimi akotwe odin ama yeye na enedai na nka abato odin twere no ebawiye na asede na otwetwe bi tu dwa no na nanmo ahemfo bi ewosirima mantifi a ometo Electoral Commission ni mu se be ya amomfa na no kakra enka ho se be ya betimi aboa ma abato no omu ntimi ntwe odin no oso benya kwan na watimi akotwe onde na otwe Electoral Commission penifo abamane se omo ehwe nkrata mu na fuadu no ba akwa ebawie ne no omo de nanu eka ho na ogidie se nanu no wode eka ho no betimi aboa ama amanfo a omo nso ntimi ntwe onde no obetimi nso nya kwan na watimi atwe odin Krata Electoral Commission ede etudwa na no fiara ya ochirichiri emu no ewura sebo kweku ya ono ne opani a ohwe abaton nsem so ma Director of Elections wono na wode etudwa chim sa ye no kre omode na enu aka ho ya ogidi
93.7
wo a wontumi ntwe odin sabre no so na onkotwe odin dia ne bia wo a no waye wadwen se enya dia betwe odin ato aba omanmu.
So more or less we lost the 2 days. So we are compensating the applicants with the 2 days that we lost partially. So that's why we are giving them additional 2 days. The connectivity issues and inability to have the access code was national in character. I mean is that they had challenges during the first 2 days. So we want to give back the 2 days that we had a challenge because we were not able to operate fully. Well, that's what I meant by I would say that it has been very, very successful. And if you
93.7,
we started with 16 to 17,000 the first day. The second day was about 19,000. Then the third day 48,000. We peaked at 58,000 something. Then for the last 3 days, 20 something, meaning that we've almost captured all those who wanted to.
We wura sribo kwekuyo Director of Electoral Service ohwe abato ho nsam dwumadie dada so wono na wote ne nka wo kyerɛ mu senti a omode nanu aka ho ene se bra shade ntwo no ase no na edi kan mienu no na omomfidie no na internet ode ye adwuma no ntimi nkoyie papa eno nso nti do mo hu se de ade na ye no saa nanu no a ehyigu ya na so mentima anya adwuma no se de no mo pɛ no nti no omode saa nanu no ahyemu na timi aboa ama obi a bibi nti wantima antwo ndin no onso anyam kwan na wakɔ akɔtwero ne din amane ayensa aka efre
93.7
temu ene school ahodo bi mu ekyerɛ sɛ assistant headmaster ya ono da some senior high school ano ene dwumayɛfo mienu bi ɔhɔ penifo akyere wo mo ya ɔde wo makɔma posifo ne nyinaa ne sɛ free SHS aban de aba sɛ moa ma school fo nkɔda wo bewie gye HSS bi a wofuo ne bie na wontumi nto adesua so na aban fa ho ka so mo nkɔ omani mu no enuane a yɛde ɛkɔ senior high school mu no aduane no ekɔduru hɔ a na omo hwɛ school no so no mpanimfo no bi titi omo no aduane no metronfo no omo ka ho no opa adwuma anwumra na watwe or car no de agum na wɔde ɛkɔ Some Senior High School penny assign was a watching it and Chenya so called K2 Some Senior High School yɛ K2 South men simu ɔmo kyerɛ sɛ ɛnyɛ nipa baako pɛ na ɔmo nipa miɛnsa ɛna no fiada no ɔmo pa adwuma yɛ a ɔmo ekɔ fie no assembly member yɛ ogyina ɔma ɔmanfo mpesua no so no ɔno aso kɔ school ɛwɔ Some Senior High School hɔ anwummerɛ ɛna ohun sɛ ɔmo apo school yɛ ɔmo kɔ no na wɔn yɛ adwuma ɛwɔ school mu hɔ baabi ɔno anuane no ebinom asesa nneɛma no bi a ɛnya asɛm ketewa koraa wɔn de agu wɔn bag mu wɔde bi agu trunk mu agu wɔn car to yɛ akyerɛ sɛ wɔn ɛde korɔ ntɛmpa no a ɛna wɔn etu ho anamɔn a assistant headmaster wɔn ɛkyee no ne afoforɔ ɛka no wɔn kɔhwɛ wɔn car wɔsa nneɛma agu mu no na kyerɛ sɛ tin tomatoes ndaka mackerel yɛyɛ geisha sardine ɛna afei cleaning agents to say washing powder nomne parazone ni ade a omde prepare perform insecticide spray eni ahonema hodo a kire se wo mawia metrin wo wia de egu ne car to a ka ode ekofie no enye asenketo akra na senior house master yeah was Some Senior High School mu wa Byron ka okuche peli woni nsentwofo edi nkomo no o kire mu se akoso school no mu ache pa fi se enuane ne niam bia de bebre school no enche na asa ekobasa na school no mpanifo etwa agyaadwo mu so kase o yaduane asa hwe yi a ebema nkwara akofie ni ade se o mu hwe mu no ano na metron ne o mu anu anuane o school mu no o mu pon a na o masese nuane ede egu o mu ka mu ede kronti nipa a woche wo mo no aposifo ama o mu beli ene obehwe na odo mu akogina asenia bia ede o mu afa emrakwan eso yefri wa na ye cosnet ho sensem wona say ayedeja so mo hotel awogibia be nan bia Rabra Champo yo me so afo hwekwadwuma ne aduane sem so no ono so hotel kase pa organ high fe Rock City wo mo na say 74% wo ton hotel no enso ma wo na do obje trebe hyimu se be ya hotel be ye nan a yes 74 de omugidi se omunya so mfaso no omo betimi nso ama obidi obje trebe hyimu a ebebo ama mfaso abemu nyamfo samekuje tamla ya oye NDC mahwebye wo manfo Southton wono ene pass mi ho ntoma nam so ma enipa bebre enso ekire mo adwen enso ho na wotwe wiye ena mahwebye ni ogina wo manfo wo Sisala is ura Amidu Isaha Kuchiana wono so dia to dwase enwa nwa pa sase mi bae NDC fo so mu ya omo we ne se owianam na sebe se omo wa honim anomotibu anso kasa kire omo a kombe transie hunu se NDC abreso no niema
93.7
krani urei ekire se so hwe Ghana memo ebere bi aba ama merchant banks kakra bia no na dwumakuo bi efri South Africa memo ompeso ombeto no mutua America dollars opepem edi okron baako 91 million Ghana cedi mai nenso NDC abreso omo ante ase ema omo eton no fofofo edema nipa bi wo Ghana ha sika na osankenya edi free mu no enye saa na enya no eno so nti ye hwe omo abreso no de omo ye a sebia 20 rotutua NDC photo a eni se kom yo madwen se omehura treja e wo saa citizens semo abayi emu
93.7.
My honorable colleague and his party, their inconsistency in these matters. Because as a country, we make laws to govern the state, to govern our people. And we as members of parliament, we make the laws on behalf of the people. And so if we make a law that we think does not serve the interests of the people, then let's look at the laws. The procurement law that was passed by parliament, it's we members of parliament who passed it. And in transactions like this, the entity concerned will rely on the procurement law and other laws which permits or allows the sale of state property. So should it be the case that as a parliament or as a country, we should bar the sale of state property? Or if it is permitted, should we categorize who is qualified to buy and who is not qualified to buy? Those are very critical issues that we have to look at. Now, with reference to this particular case,
93.7.
I do not think that there is any evidence to demonstrate that the processes leading to where we are today have not been in conformity with the provisions of our laws. Because if a government agency intends to sell a state asset or their asset, they take a management decision that on the basis of 1, 2, 3, we think that we should dispose of this asset. That is the first step. It should be a management decision. But the management cannot proceed as required by law without taking it to the board for approval. So the management takes the decision and then they have to put it before the board. And the board will either accept it or reject it.
We unumunyam for Isaha Kuchiana, ya wanoye NDC MPP Mrashamu Janima, man for your more Sisala North, and Otening Kano. Na if you know so, na ye call Ghana Revenue Authority, Omni Meko Mujeto Emma Bay. Na Breka Cranny, and Omni Meko be a fellow SML, a Pam say. A toya also Mugiano, Omuntumi ye, in Mokubi also Mutuatono, and yet also Mutiano Niana about Monsemo, and unto me here say side Moku yet SML Beboa. Now motimi ate omoni amate mahabo and after baby to petro and in Mokua Casibia. Obenye obi atene ni ahwe na to so mogie no aba nsem no motu ho anamo na enumo na adwumakuo ya the SML share adwuma yase no anchakra na fourth estate central adwuma ya manasa wuni azordi mu akotene no omode nsem betu dwase hwemu omo aye kire se apamo aga na ban ene SML for eyeye enkoyie kra eno so nti sky enwunu ekugu omo ensante mu no se Ghana ban ahwe na ye ntu ho anamon a de helpa na bebre omen no ena mampena na ekufuado wo pao KPMG adwumakuo se omonko ye nhwemu wo na sikasem kuntabu ene nhwemu mu akotene na wo fa do mu ni mfa ho emeto nanim na apam no ba ya mampeni etworo krata kire se the MSML for SML adwumakuo yi omwade omo ye ho nsem aba enam so ma KPMG foko nhwemu no aban no agye atom ye no so nti wahye se eneme bi ho a mo hwentre no Ghana fo mpanifo bi ye se da bi ye pese ehunu adekore poten pa ye wo ehwemu a KPMG fo ye na omde bai ne no nsem ne pie ya enam so bi no ka se so omhwemu a sika pa ya enwuna ko KPMG fo ensem no enya asento bra Ghana yete ohia ne ahokyere mu eno nti apamo a Ghana bai ene SMN fo wo no be ya intwam na asemi eno nyanfo Sam George ye oye NDC wahye ni omanfo ningo prampra mode atu ya se ohunu se Ghana Revenue Authority adwumakuo no a also omje to ma Ghana ben no omadwuma enso ani kra de be bia duro ne yengu GRA se ka se Ghana Revenue Authority a ya fa ni party wo mo se modwuma ne se mojeje to mo man na se mo ntime to na gise mo so nkopɛ dwuma foforo ye fa Strategic Mobilization Limited SMS o mo na enye to no mamode a ene na mo no amoto amoje to mo man no dwuma be na mo ye nti GRA dwuma no sanfafa so amra yengu no ye hwe kwan foforo bi e benya dwumakuo bi a omo so itimi aye adwuma no amaye.
So when GRA was making payments to SML, they ought to know that they ought to have withheld taxes. But that points to the point at
93.7.
It appears as though the GRA itself is under duress in this deal, where officers of the GRA, because of the overwhelming influence of the patriarchs of SML and their relationship with the GRA, people are under so much duress that they are failing to even carry out the basic, forget the procurement things that I was talking about, those are even like very complex things. The basic thing, okay, you've created looting and you are sharing. The small withholding tax, that is the base. That also, the GRA itself. And so that's why I'm saying that, look, we need to come to that place where we admit and accept that, look, there is a need for deep reforms at the GRA. The GRA
93.7.
what it is doing.
We ura Sam George ye NDC National ni mamanfo ni go prampram no we ye no na ura Bryce Simon ya ono so ye penyabe chima imani Africa ono so e can say
that before SML was brought into the picture, that convergence, that narrowing of the gap between the green line, which represents the MPA data, and the red line, which represents the GRA, had already happened. And this is in page 157 of the KPMG report, and this information the president refused to share with us. Another thing that we also see in the KPMG report that the president refused to share with us, and why therefore Media Foundation for West Africa and Fourth State had to force him to do so through the RTI process, and which if that had not happened, we would not have known, is the fact that actually KPMG already told the president that a lot of the increases in revenue we saw was not due to SML's work, but was due to the fact that tax rates were changing. Of course, prices of petroleum have also been changing. So if petrol prices go up
93.7,
and then you have ad valorem taxes, those ad valorem taxes will go up, cosmetic taxes. If the taxes themselves go up, then the volume will go up. And that is also in page 158 of the KPMG report, which the president refused to share with the people of Ghana.
Wey ura Bryce Simon say penya bi de chi yoda Ibani Africa no eda ono so otenin kan. Kase boy utie e wo boss 93.7 FM so e wo